Hey, it's Glenn, and it's 2026. Happy New Year. It's been 2026 a while for y'all, but for me it is January 5th. It is 1:59 a.m. and this is my last night in the hotel. In just a few hours I have to get out of here. I've been packing all night, which is why I'm still awake. Being in a hotel room for 9 days, you get kind of spread out. Yeah, so there's a few things in this video. I hope you'll stick around to the end. I'm not going to do it right here and now. This video is probably going to cover a few days, but at the end I'm going to talk about my new theme for 2026. I don't do New Year's resolutions. I stole it from a YouTuber, I can't remember who, introduced me to the idea of having a New Year's theme instead of resolutions. That, it's easier because the theme is like, it's a light you're following, you just kind of, you're heading in a direction, I guess, is more like sort of a road map for like focus than I'm gonna change this thing. So I want to talk about that at the end, and that's really like the thing that's most important to me in this video. So I guess either skip ahead till you find it if you don't want to listen to the rest of this, or just hang out and chill. I'm not going to talk very long. I'm going to try to at least relax if I don't have time to sleep before I need to get up for my first day back to work after 16 days off in a row. That has been the whole vacation was an experience. So much happened, like and most of it internally. Like, I got a lot done, and I'm the sort of person who always feels like because I didn't get everything done, I didn't get anything done. But when I really look at what I did this week, yes, I didn't get everything done. I ran out of time and mental capacity for like mental and emotional capacity, more like emotional than mental, The last few days were really rough. But I did get a lot done, and I got a lot planned, and I got a lot figured out, and I'm really energized and excited. Like, even yesterday I wasn't what you would call excited about this vacation ending. I was kind of devastated and heartbroken, and like yesterday I figured out, why haven't I been able to touch or even think about any of my writing projects the last few days. I haven't done anything but rest, which is kind of an important thing as it turns out. That benefited me tremendously. But yeah, yesterday I figured out, like, my big problem was it was too painful. And knowing that the end of the vacation was so near, and that I was going to have to go back to not having a place to write, not having a place to set up my computer, barely having a place to relieve myself. Like, that's one of the big things I'm still dreading about not having an office and returning to the daily grind, is that once I leave work, there's nowhere to pee. Like there was one night I was getting so frustrated and distraught because every 7-Eleven I pulled into, I drove all over town for like an hour looking for a place to pee. And either the bathroom was out of order. It wasn't just 7-Elevens either, it was gas stations, other convenience stores. Like, I went into a Quick Trip and they had a sign, they closed the bathrooms from this hour to that hour, which I was in between. And I'm like, why? Because I go to the house, like Nick's house, where I crash on the couch most often and play with Ember. It's very hard to get into the bathroom there, and then there's sometimes a killer dog on the back porch who's super sweet, but she might attack. I mean, she's sweet but unpredictable. It's just, So, that was on my mind last night, but not as much as just realizing that I was avoiding my characters. Even in my thoughts, my brain was full of fandoms, and I realized that and thought it was weird that, I was putting so much energy into thinking about other people's characters when this is my week to think about mine, and why can I just not do it for 3 days? And I realized it's because I know I'm going to have to leave them, and it hurts because I get so involved. I've talked about it before. Well, I think I talked about it in an I Can't Sleep video that I filmed this week but didn't have time to edit. So it's just, my characters are very real to me. They're people whom I genuinely care very deeply about and whom I know intimately. And having to walk away from them for an indefinite period of time is gut-wrenchingly painful, and that's why subconsciously I was just avoiding them for 3 days. But in that 3 days, especially the last 24 hours or so, I really started tearing down the walls that have built up in my head while I've been in this crisis for the past year, this working homelessness crisis, where I'm just constantly in survival mode. And I guess I finally came out of that during those 3 days when I wasn't doing anything, or so I thought. That's why it was important, because I was just wrestling with my existence, and I had a place to pee, and I had a place to sleep. I had this whole eat when I'm hungry, sleep when I'm tired thing going on the past 16 days, and it's been really, 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 really good for me. And I've been able to see a whole lot of things more clearly than I have been, because I was able to take the blinders off. When you're in survival mode, you kind of get blinders on. And you're like, this has to be done, this has to be done, this has to be done, and you can't see all the possibilities. So that's something I'm really looking forward to, are the possibilities that I've discovered. And it really all goes back to that dream I had kicking me in the butt. And I had a whole lot of other crazy dreams this week. And experiences, I've had positive and negative experiences. I got pulled over twice, including tonight, but nothing happened tonight. It's car stuff, just the fact that I can't seem to get my car registration updated, because I don't have the paperwork that was mailed to the house I had to rush and pack everything and get out of. I can't pass an emissions test, which I may or may not have to do, but tonight I was able to actually start researching some things. And I don't have a place to set up my computer yet. I don't know if that power outlet in the storage unit is going to be a viable option, or if that corner being shown to me in that dream was just a, hey, there are possibilities, don't give up, don't stop following your dreams kind of thing. It doesn't have to be that specifically. It's more like there is a way. And so I Googled some stuff and looked on Amazon for stuff that I'm like, these things should exist in today's world. I don't know if they do, but they definitely should. But I think I have a path to getting my car fixed. Not fixed, but stickered legally, don't worry. Because I'm in a hotel in the area I work. I drive here almost every day, and I'm getting pulled over left and right. I just had to set up a payment plan for a ticket, and I figured out I got my finances all organized. Again, I'm going in a good direction, but yeah, I mean, I don't want to get pulled over anymore, so I'm hoping I'll be able to get the car not fixed. I can't fix the car. Car needs a new engine, 21 grand. That's not something I can save up for realistically unless my financial situation dramatically changes. Which, it may. I'm not going to stop trying, but maybe able to get a sticker, and I've found a way, I think, that I can actually write and work on my manuscripts and my outlines and all of that without spending a ton of money, like hundreds of dollars on a power generator, which I tagged one. I sent it to myself to go back when I have them, but it's something I'd have to save up for. So leaving my characters for an indefinite amount of time, with the crust of survival mode falling off of my brain, especially the past day, I was able to remember that I can do certain things. Like, I have a Dropbox account that I've just for some reason not put anything in recently. Like, I have had all of my important files on, and it's like, I don't know how to explain it, like, other than tiny little things are overwhelming when I think about them. Like replying to an email, reading my text messages when I'm in survival mode. Like, it's been getting worse and worse and worse, where I just can't do it. But it's gotten easier this week. And I also, I get overwhelmed by spending money because I'm so scarred about money. Like, my money is always getting stolen by rich people. Like what just happened with my author office, where they doubled the rent, helped themselves to doubling my deposit so that then the rent money wasn't there. I've told the story, and just the domino effect that had on all of my finances. And that kind of thing has happened to me way too much. So when I find something like a power generator that is reasonably priced, the act of ordering it, like just hitting the button, nearly pushes me to a complete mental breakdown. Like, I can't do it. Like, I can't make myself go buy new shoes. I even have a gift certificate, but I don't want to spend money. Like, it's so ridiculous. But I'm feeling less like that. Like, this is where I've been at. Like, just I'm scared of setups. I'm scared that I'm going to go try to take care of something and go to jail. Like, it didn't help this week when one of the times I got pulled over, they searched my car. Which is a story for another time. Don't worry, they didn't find anything. There wasn't anything to find. But yeah, I think I'm going to do a whole video on that, because that's another, the reason they searched my car is another thing I've been grappling with. Because I just kind of smelled like my sleep medicine, I guess, or the car did. But there was no sleep medicine anywhere on me, near me, in the car. Just, it was cause for reevaluating some things. And anyway, but yeah, I'm going to do a whole video on that when I've turned it over a little bit more in my head. Yeah, it's just so today I got things done. Like, I needed every minute up to right now. Like, because I had to have those 3 days to wrestle with myself, basically, with my mind, to chisel the crust off of my brain and get out of survival mode and start seeing all the options that I have. And so I spent a lot of time tonight getting everything, and I have no excuse for leaving things on hard drives or even external hard drives or flash drives. Like, I've had in the past a really bad experience of having everything saved and then the device dies and it costs a whole lot of money to get all my files back and a whole lot of time. I lost so much time on projects, and I just kind of was like, why have I done this? Like, why can't I make myself? It's not overwhelming. I can just open up my Dropbox account. I can just get Dropbox on my desktop and start moving things. And so I got everything on Dropbox tonight. And then I'm like, and what made me start thinking it was, I Googled, are there such things as keyboards for cell phones? Like, because I can't type a novel like this. Like, my thumb gets irritated. I just get annoyed with texting. Like, just the beep beep, my thumb gets tired, I guess. Because I'm a novelist, I'm used to typing like this, and I had many varieties, which overwhelmed me, which is why it wasn't until, because I Googled that like a couple days back, but then, just the thought of spending money, the thought of actually choosing a model, and, the fear of being wrong and having my money wasted and I can't get it back. That's what usually stops me from progressing. And so today, though, I did it. I picked one, I researched it, made sure, at least according to the internet, that it's compatible with my phone. So I ordered it. It should be here Tuesday. Or not here, but I'm getting it sent to my friend Nick's house. So it should be there by Tuesday. And it's Bluetooth, and then, So I wanted to check my Dropbox to see, could I get my files on my phone? The Microsoft files, which I just assume, when I picture writing a novel on my phone, it's like in my notes file, which is not Word and not easy to convert to Word when I'm getting the draft finalized and all that, and formatting, but, and I haven't gotten it yet. I have to look into how much it's going to cost, if it's going to cost, because it didn't have a price. It just said in-app purchase, and yeah, so that's on my to-do list that's the reason the keyboard, if I can, but yes, I can at least look at, right now, I can look at my Word and Excel files, and I do my budget in Excel, so it's been frustrating because I can't open it up on my computer, but now I can open it up on my phone and I can get Word and Excel, the ability to edit those files on my phone. So I just have to look at how much it is, and I might not have the money right now because it's very tight right now. I'm still recovering from that whole nightmare with the author office. But it's not going to take me as long to recover as I thought it would, or as I feared it would. By the end of next month, perhaps, I'll be able to afford some of the things I've been putting off buying because I don't want to spend money. Because the idea of spending money, the thought of actually doing it, crushes me. It's too much. It's too scary to spend money. But yeah, so I'm so motivated right now. And the next time I get a hotel, I won't have to split my focus. That I can just use that time to do video editing and get way more video editing done in less time, because I won't feel conflicted because I'll be able to do writing every day. I just need to find a spot, get Word on my phone, get the Bluetooth keyboard. It folds up. It's pretty cool. It's a little keyboard, and there's a little pad for your mouse finger, I guess. So I just, go to a coffee shop, or hope a cheap one, not Starbucks. If there are cheap ones left, I'll find a place and I can write every day once I get that keyboard and Word on my phone. So I'm actually very excited about moving forward. I feel freer. I feel much, much, much more hopeful. And just doing that, getting that keyboard, getting all my stuff on Dropbox, and I got Dropbox on my phone too, which I was scared to do. Again, like I've just had so many like crises, and I'm so scarred by stupid things, but you know, they're only stupid if this crap hasn't ever happened to you. Like, because I had Dropbox like basically crash a computer once. Like it just, and I couldn't get the files to just be online. They were eating my hard drive, so I was terrified of putting it on my phone. But I'm like, well, it's a new phone, so what? You don't have that much to lose on it anymore, because I just lost everything on my old phone. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I won't even, like, if this works out, like, I won't even have to set up my computer in public storage, and won't have to split my time there. Depending. I mean, again, for video editing, it would be useful if I could do that more regularly, but I think it'll be fine. Like, I can spend my public storage time working on public storage, like getting all that organized, spend my hotel time working on videos, spend the rest of my free time writing. Like, I think things are going to be much, 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 much better after this long vacation, which I was terrified was going to be an utter disaster, and it wasn't. I don't know, it's like having that dream flipped a switch, changed the tracks. Like, I am going in a very different direction now. I think I had hit rock bottom, because that's where I hit, and I went to bed hopeless. I had that crazy dream, followed what I saw in it, and I've been going up ever since. Even when I have hard days, it's like the weather may be rainy here and there, but the climate is nice. Like, we're good. So yeah, I'm gonna finish tidying this place up. I'm gonna put my computer and stuff away without, it's like the stress of that isn't here anymore, because I'm not abandoning my characters indefinitely. I'm taking them with me this time. Like, I can right now get on Dropbox and read any of my manuscripts that I've already written. And soon I'll be able to dive further into them with my characters. So the anxiety and the overwhelming feeling of packing up my computer isn't there this time. Like, I'm just full of hope, and you know, probably gonna have a tired day at work tomorrow, but that's fine because I'm energized by hope. So, and possibilities. And yeah, you know what, next weekend I'm gonna buy some new shoes. And order that new hat that I said I would get whenever I got to 100 subscribers. We're at 108 now, so I'm gonna get that hat, gonna get some new shoes, and I get to play with Ember again tomorrow night, and I'm really excited about that. So yeah, I'm gonna try to run everything back to storage before work if there's time. But yeah, I'm gonna get back to it, and I'll touch base with y'all in a little bit whenever that keyboard gets here. I'll show that to y'all. And then please do stick around for, I already know what my theme for 2026 is, so I have a lot to say. So stick around or skip to the end-ish, and I will fill you in. Well, there's my windshield. Kinda frozen in for the moment. Yeah, so might as well take some time for a little catch up. I meant to finish this vlog episode long ago, but it's just been weird. It's been weird times. Like, it's hard to find
a place to do videos. It's always dark or I'm at work. So anyway, let me show you this. Whoa, I got the keyboard. I can't just one hand. I'm holding the phone with the other hand, so it unfolds, and this has been life-changing. It works with my phone. I've already finished the chapter I'd been working on and gotten well into another. I'm having a really good time with the book I'm on. So I'm feeling much less trapped. I also got my Surface. I found it in storage. Couldn't find the cord, but my friend Nick, whose couch I crash on most often, he found a little cord that fit the Surface, and I got it charged up. So now I have even more options. Maybe, I don't know if I'd have to get the software that I edit my videos with onto the Surface, and that's gonna cost money, but yeah. Oh, and that was the other thing about using the keyboard, writing novels on my phone, is that I had to get, they had a Word app and an Excel app, so I'm able to keep up with my budget day to day as I go in Excel, and they were free apparently, which I found crazy, because those programs on their own are expensive. So that was one thing I was worried would hold me back, but it didn't. Anyway, so it's frozen. It's going to be a very cold week ahead. I'm heading out to try to find a place to get some work done, maybe get some food. Maybe I can combine those two goals. I don't know. Because, it's hard to find a place where they aren't just going to be constantly people walking in and it's going to be cold. But, once there's no progress being made. I'm thawing out my windshields and there's not a little melty spot anywhere. Right, but I already rambled quite a lot at the beginning of this video, a lot more than I intended to. As I recall, I haven't looked at the footage, so I don't want to just ramble on about things. I had a purpose for this episode. I wanted to talk about New Year's themes and such, and last year's theme was world building. And unfortunately, that wasn't a very vlog-etic topic for me, because a lot of it was behind the scenes stuff, and then, you would have seen more results publishing-wise if not for constant catastrophes slowing things down. But because of the work I put in behind the scenes last year with literal fictional world building for the worlds I write and publish in, you're going to be seeing a lot of stuff over this year and next start rolling out publishing wise, starting with The Thing in the Attic, which is the novel that comes out in March, which by the time this vlog goes up, it might be out. So I have to look at the schedule, which will need to be altered because I don't have time and place to really film videos, or it's going to take a lot more work to find those times and places for the immediate time being. I'm working towards things. But anyway, yeah, world building, I feel like I got done what I needed to get done for the most part. It was also supposed to be a dual meaning. Like, I was also working on my world, which I did, and until I got priced out of my office, and everything was going swimmingly. Like I was on a path, even though I got set back a number of times. You know, see my previous year's vlogs. There were a number of massive catastrophes, but I got through. But I don't feel like, you know, because of the catastrophes, because, you know, financial setback after financial setback, when I had money saved up to get some forward movement going, then that's when my car broke down and that whole epic disaster happened, and had to put it in the shop twice. And, you know, where I'm at now, where if I'm to fix this car, it will require $21,000 that I don't have. It took out all my savings just to get it running again. And then by the time I start recovering from that, that's when the office space decides to double my rent and help themselves to more deposit money, because they wanted to get my deposit to match what my current rent is, which I can't afford. So, you know, I got robbed by people, and by rich people, as happens to me and probably happens to you. Though whether it's as noticeable, I don't know. But yeah, so it's like I keep finding myself back at square one financially, and just building the world that I am going to inhabit outside of my head. But we're there, and that brings me to this year's theme, which I'm gonna, you know, I don't want to make too long of a file on my phone. I'm filming on my phone right now. So I'm gonna get some coffee, perhaps, some breakfast, perhaps, and then I'll tell y'all all about this year's chosen theme for my life, which, you know, it's my vlog theme and my life theme. It's the same thing, because my vlog is about my life. Anyway, I'll be back after coffee, or during coffee, I don't know. So the winter weather is reclaiming my car as I sit here at White Rock Lake. I fell asleep, which can't be a healthy decision in freezing weather, but I woke up and the car was once again covered in thick ice. Yeah, so anyway, here's where we are. Got my noise canceling headphones on for writing. It's 23 degrees last I checked. I think I'm gonna relocate, because there's absolutely no unfrozen pavement around here, so this is not a safe place to be right now, as far as it's actively sleeting or snowing or whatever that stuff is. But anyway, yeah, it's cold. And I don't think it's that cold in the car, unless I've just slowly gotten used to it. But I would think I'd be breathing smoke if it were. Like, because, you know, I turned it on the first time it got covered in ice again and thawed everything, including myself, out. So I think it holds the heat for a little while. It is cold in here. It is cold, but I don't think it's 23 degrees on the inside, but it is cold. So here we are, and that actually is a good segue into my theme for 2026. Every year I pick a new theme to be sort of a North Star as I head toward my goals for every year. This year, the theme that I'm choosing is from, it's a Ram Dass quote. I first heard it, I think, watching The Midnight Gospel on Netflix, which I highly recommend. No pun intended. It's a really it's a really thought-provoking, very good cartoon, The Midnight Gospel. But one of the lines in the final episode of that series thus far was be here now. Like, the guy is like, wait, what's going on? Am I dead? Someone on the bus. It's actually Ram Dass. It's from a recording. They got Ram Dass's voice, who looked at him and said, "Just be here now." And it's a powerful concept, really, because be here now, that's my theme. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be focusing on mindfulness. It doesn't mean I'm not continuing to head full steam ahead toward all of my goals and setting new ones for myself. Like, I've got all of my writing and publishing plans, everything, where I want to be when. I'm still coming from where I came from. The idea for me behind be here now all year is that no matter where I am on the road, where I am on the path toward where I want to be, no matter what setbacks I face, the idea is to not focus on the details of where I would like to be when, or where I came from, how I got here, as much as I'm focusing on just being present in the moment and finding the lessons, finding the silver linings, finding the peace, the love, and the joy wherever I happen to be. If my car breaks down, like last year, and I have to walk 3 hours in the rain again, I don't want to be focused on, oh my gosh, I had made so much progress. I was going to be doing this by next month. I was going to be here by the end of the year, and now I'm knocked down and I have to start from scratch, which happened twice. It's like the frustration, I don't have room for it. I'm going to get where I'm going. We're all going to get where we're going, but I think my focus is going to be on, even if I'm not enjoying it, at least appreciating the journey. Like, if I start, it's not that it isn't healthy. There are things about the past I need to continue to process, and a lot of that processing happens when I'm writing a manuscript. Unexpectedly, I'll find characters processing my trauma, but by kind of making it their own, or it starts relating to their own traumas. Like, acknowledging where you came from, processing what needs to be processed, that's important. But getting lost there, that's dangerous. Getting lost in anger and resentment, keeping score in your head of who did what to contribute to me being here, like working homeless author, has a full-time job, getting paid more than he's ever made, can't qualify for an apartment, sitting here in frozen winter weather, 23 degrees, working on a novel on his phone. I don't want to be focused on, being pissed off at anyone who contributed to my misfortune. In fact, I don't want to be focused on the misfortune of it all. I want to be focused on, I'm here now. I'm still going. I'm perhaps homeless despite my income. But I am working on a novel in my car despite the 23-degree winter weather trying to bury me in ice again, even as I record this video. Like, that's what I want to focus on. I'm going to be here now. Like, it doesn't matter why I'm here. I'm here, and what am I doing with my time? What am I doing with my abilities now that I am here in a frozen winter wonderland or wasteland, however you want to look at it? I'm making the best of the moment. I'm enjoying my time with my characters. I am actively building the future that I am fighting to claim. And yes, I have a timeline that may or may not get derailed by something, but the fact is the last two giant derailments, I got up, dusted off, and kept going, and I just had to, readjust the plan accordingly, but I'm still moving forward, and that is my primary focus for this year. It's, not how did I get here? I really wish I was there. I really want to be where I'm going already. It's I am here. It's not negotiable. I am here. If I try to escape here now, I'm only going to frustrate myself. If I start shaking my fists at here and now and, calling out the injustice of it all, which again, it's healthy to process those things, but not to get lost in them. In every moment, every time you find yourself in some spot that you didn't plan to be in, some spot that you don't quite know whether or not you're going to get out of it, or how fast, despite your planning, you're going to get where you want to be instead. This is where you are. So make the best of it. Find the peace. Find the love. Find the joy. Like, I am couch surfing. Most nights I spend on my friend Nick's couch. And I'm greeted when I get back over there every night from work by his dog, who adores me and just presents me with unconditional love. I could be crying about having to sleep on a couch and the difficulty actually sleeping there, how I get very little sleep every night. By Friday, I'm practically a zombie because of sleep deprivation, but I feel like that unconditional love that licks me in the face every night with absolute enthusiasm, it's like I've been gone for 100 years, is such a gift. It's such a gift from the universe. Sure, you don't have your own place, you're at the mercy of others, but here's some absolute unconditional love to help you get through it. So just enjoy the dog kisses. Enjoy the tail that wags for you. It's not about the couch. Don't focus on that. Don't polish those stones. Don't focus on the inconvenience. Don't focus on the discomfort. Focus on the love you find in the moment. Focus on the joy. Focus on the peace. Yeah, and I mean, I can't say much more about it. It's just, hopefully you'll be able to see that more. That may be a more vlog-etic theme than world building was, but because, I'll be able to tell you, like my vlogs, I'm telling you, this is where I am. But I think I'll be able to focus more on building strength in the moment, building my foundation in the moment, wherever I find myself at any point along the way. So that's my 2026 stated theme. That's going to be my North Star. So if you want to follow my journey throughout the year and hopefully beyond, and if you are so kind and so inclined, do please give an interaction of some sort, a like, a subscribe, a comment, anything helps me in the almighty algorithm. And that I don't really like, I very much appreciate my 108 subscribers. But I don't do this for subscribers and views, but I do acknowledge that with the new novel coming out in March, being helped in the algorithm, it's not just helping me, it's helping the book. And the book, selling the book helps me. So maybe get out of the ice. Maybe next year I will be writing a novel someplace much more comfortable. But I hope that I will always value the time in my life when I had to really fight for what I wanted, where I had to endure this kind of discomfort and insanity just to get to wherever it is I wind up a year from now. And, just acknowledging the potential for setbacks, acknowledging that I may get where I want to be, but I may get there in ways I hadn't anticipated. And finding those unanticipated paths forward out of setbacks may very much depend upon taking time in the moment and just being present in the moment, in the time and in the space in which I am. Because every moment we experience in the present. We don't experience the past or the future, especially the future, in the present. We can plan it, we can ruminate over the past, but we're here. And if we're lost ruminating in the past or, fantasizing about the future to the point that we're not actually doing anything to get where we intend to be in the future, I think we've lost the point. We've lost the benefits of the moment, the advantage of the moment. Keep where you came from, keep where you're headed in mind. But there was a poem I loved about Odysseus and the Odyssey. Have Ithaca always on the mind, or something like that. I love that poem. I think my dad's wife, I want to say, had a printed copy of that somewhere, if I'm not hallucinating that. I think she loves that poem too, and that's what it's about. It's all about the journey. It's all about taking the time to experience and appreciate the journey as you're headed. It may take you 10 years to get home, but keep going and don't neglect the adventures along the way. At least that's how I always heard that poem. But yeah, I'm rambling now and I'm making a really long file on my phone, so I'm going to go ahead and go. I'm going to relocate someplace that will be easier to drive out of the ice in because it's still coming down. And that's my vlog for now, and I will talk to you next time.